I was just contemplating, we're having a little discussion on one of the other repeaters about what's the wackiest antenna you've ever used. And we have guys coming up with crutches and shopping carts and rain gutters and all kinds of stuff. So I was just kind of thinking, what's the wackiest antenna I've ever used? And it's got me stumped right now, so trying to figure that out. Anyway, over to NY6L, see if Jay's back. Go ahead and take it, Jay, AK6R.
Okay, thank you, Bob. AK6R, NY6LJ here. Just got done with dinner. Just came in the shack here. So we're on the vulnerable F01S with a 2.1 kilohertz single sideband filter in this thing, so it may sound a little, I don't know, maybe hollow or something, not sure. And running with it the Yaesu amplifier, the FL 110 amplifier, taking that 10 watts to 100, well, about 108 watts so output. So, okay, so maybe some audio and fuel reports as well. So, I guess over to you there, Bob, WA9JIB NY6L, Jay here in a cold Hesperia.
Yeah, okay, your audio is a bit pinched, I would say, restricted, nasal, something like that. But it's very copyable, and but not much in the way of low frequencies or even mid-range. It's mostly all treble, I would say. At least that's to my ears, one of which doesn't work very well. Okay, let me do one more check to see if there's anybody waiting to check in, and after that, I'll start turning the list over to our net control station, K2RP. So is anybody else waiting to get on the list for the vintage single sideband roundtable? If so, please come in.
WA7BIP, Gary Edwards, just want to say hi.
Okay, Gary, gotcha. Are you going to stay for the roundtable?
I probably won't be able to make it back. Conditions aren't too good. Just want to tell everybody we had a tremendous amount of rain between the 2 days. It's like 9.5 inches, so that's how much rain we had up here. And still kind of draining everything. And that's it. I probably won't be able to make it. The wife's coming home with dinner, so I'll check in later if I get a chance. How about that? WA9JIB, WA7BIP. And you got my text message, right?
No, I did not get a text message from you, but I will check. And if you want to, maybe Ron will put you way up near the top if you want to just hang on for a few. Or if you want to come back a little later, that's okay too. I will check my text message after I transfer the helm to K2RP. Ron, are you ready to take the list from me, or show me the list you got and I'll confirm it? And if you want to do the latter, I would say insert me right after N4DLA and right before N5DIM. So, your pleasure, Ron. What do you like?
I thought what I would do is, while we're transferring, I'm going to put you here right after DIM. I don't think I have you. I have you someplace else, so let's see what happens there. But why don't I give my question of the night first, and let people give us some thought while we're transferring. Would that be okay?
That would be just wonderful.
Okay, this was arranged just a few hours ago. So if it's not too good a question of the night, then be merciful because I didn't have any time. Plus, I just returned from a month out of the country, and I still don't have both eyes pointed in the same direction. Anyway, my question of the night. Many of us, due to space limitations, age, and difficulty handling our boat anchors, are not accumulating old rigs like we used to. Is there any boat anchor that, because of rarity or nostalgia, might inspire you to do just one more if it became available? If there's something that you would still go for, even if you're not actively collecting. Did you get that, Bob?
Yeah, I copied it. Pretty good question. I don't have an immediate answer, so. Okay, do you want me to give you my list, or do you want to tell me the list you've got?
Okay, I'm not working on all cylinders, so let me give you what I've got. First one I got is KB7LOQ, Art. Then John, K6KOI. K6ZTA, Vaughn. WA9JIB. AK6R. W6WUH. N5DIM. NY6L. W6YEC. And WJ6W. You have anybody else?
Yeah, there's a couple that you missed, Ron. N4DLA, that's Matthew, November 4, Delta, Lima Alpha. So get him on the list. He checked in fairly early, so maybe ahead of me and Tony. And then a station from Petaluma West, Whiskey Bravo 6, Delta X-Ray Romeo. Whiskey Bravo 6, Delta X-Ray Romeo. He and DIM went QS wide, but they're going to be back. So you want to get him. And also Gary, Whiskey Alpha 7, Bravo India Papa. He checked in. He may not be able to stay late, so you may want to move him up, or if he's not there, he may check back in a little later. So those three, N4DLA, WB6 Delta X-Ray Romeo, and WA7BIP. That's it, Ron.
Okay, give me about 2 seconds to get it all back together, and we'll be back.
KW1NG is here also.
Okay, got KW1NG.
Okay, this is WA9JIB, just keeping the frequency warm. We're about to start the Vintage Single Sideband Roundtable. P2RP will be our host tonight, and let's see if he's ready to go.
Okay, just got it, I hope. Because of the breakdown of equipment and whatever, things got a little bit out of order. But please bear with me. Well, welcome everybody to the Vintage Sideband Roundtable. We meet every Tuesday, 7 o'clock, but early is at 6:30, the early check-in. And our focus is to talk about old equipment. We specialize in gear that was manufactured in 1981 or before. And excuse me, I'm not talking too well. But anyway, that's the key of what we do. Anybody else that wants to check in, come now. Okay, nothing heard. Anybody have any announcements? Ham radio related announcements, come now.
KB7LOQ question.
Yeah, Art, go ahead.
Last week somebody said Skip was in the hospital with a heart attack or something. Has anybody heard any updates on him? Over.
Yeah, anybody heard anything about Skip having a heart attack? This is the first time hearing of it, so anybody else know anything?
Yeah, Ron, George, W6YEC.
Yeah, George, go ahead.
Yeah, I talked to Skip. He's in the hospital, and he was in therapy. He figured he'd be there about a month and a half longer, and he had pneumonia, and he did have some kind of a heart issue, and so that affected him, probably a light stroke. That's my word. He didn't use that word, but I mean, I could tell by the way he was speaking, and that he's in therapy, so they're working on getting him walking better. And I know his daughter's doing some work at the house there to fix things up for safety purposes. Anyway, that's the word I had. I talked to him when I talked to him last, I think it was Friday or Saturday.
Okay, thanks, George. I think it would be nice if people could send her an email or a note bringing him up in the hospital. He's no kid, and he's I think he's very involved with all his ham radio groups, so I think if anybody's able to send them a note, I think will be appreciated. Thanks for letting us know about that. Any other comments?
Yeah, if there's an email for him and he can get it, let me know what it is.
Does anybody have that info?
Well, his email is probably on QRZ.com, but I think a cell phone number would be a little more effective.
Okay, well, if anybody can come up with something, please let us know. We can look at QRZ and see what it says. Okay. So I think I already read the question of the evening. Let me read it again for those who didn't get it. Many of us, due to space limitations, age, and difficulty handling our boat anchors, are not accumulating old rigs like we used to. Is there any boat anchor that, because of rarity, nostalgia, or any other reason, might inspire you to do just one more? So the first four I got is Art KB7LOQ, Art credit to John K6KOI, John give it to K6KOI, the guard give it to JID, and keep that to me. Let's take it on.
Okie doke, Ron. K2RP, KB7LOQ. Good evening to the whole group, and I'm running a Helicrafters SR2000 tonight, putting out about 1,100 watts. And happy to be here in rainy St. George. Thank you for the information on Skip. Be in our prayers. I had a rig I sold at Flagstaff, I don't know, 30 years ago. I thought Mark bought it, but he said he didn't. And it was a beautiful radio, an Eldeco SS100F. I'm colorblind, but I think it was kind of a gray or green, really shiny paint. Beautiful knobs, looked like new, 50 watts out. Final tube was a 5894. I'd go for one of those now, but I will say I'm still dealing with heavy rigs, but boy, it's hard. Anyhow, thanks again, Bob, for jumping in, and Skip for hosting K6KOI in the group KB7LOQ.
KB7LOQ, K6KOI. Good evening, all. I'm on the Drake TR7A and the Swan Mark II amplifier, running about 1,200 watts, and the antenna's full wave loop. I couldn't quite copy Ron. I've got, he's very close and too close to basically get good propagation. And I've got some QR Nancy, my next door neighbor here. So I don't know the question of the evening, but I'll turn it over to K6ZTA, K6KOI.
Yeah, K6KOI, K6ZTA. The question was, is there a boat anchor that you pine for, even if you're getting too old to pick them up? Would you still get that one if you had the opportunity? Over.
Thank you for letting me know the question. Well, the answer is no. I'm pretty comfortable with everything I have. I look around here and I don't have any more space, and I'm just, very, very lucky to have what I've got. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good answer, I guess. Yeah, we're running the 100V tonight, the usual, and into the SB220. And my microphone is a D1. Microphone is a 10D. Receiver is a Drake 2B, and the antenna is an inverted V at 35 feet. So, question of the evening. I'd have to say no. I have no, I'm not looking for any other rigs. I'm trying to sell my 100V. Let's just put it that way. Let's just do one thing at a time, one step at a time, and see where I get, see how far I get. So, okay, let's see. I think it goes over to, let's see. I think Ron said, we're back over to you, Bob. WA9JIB, K6ZTA.
Yeah, Vaughn, but aren't you looking for a KWM2A?
Well, yes and no, but I want to wait.
Okay. K6ZTA in the group, WA9JIB, Bob here in La Cañada, where I'm running my Kenwood MC50 microphone for audio into my Helicrafters HT32B for all of the good stuff it does, and sends my signal on up to my inverted V dipole hanging off a 35-foot mast. I do go through an MFJ 949E tuner that I got from K2RP at one of those barbecues. And my receiver is the recently repaired SX115, designed to be the matching receiver for the HT32B. And I got the R48 speaker, so it's the dream Helicrafter station I always wanted, and now I got it. Got it from Rocco maybe 4 years ago, something like that. Yeah, since I got this, there hasn't been much that I've been saving, and but that doesn't mean stuff wouldn't come in. I've said that about toy trains, and then something catches your fancy and follows you home. But there's one that I actually do have, but I don't see how I could get the original. So one of the radios that I let go, that I wished I had not, it is not a commercial product. It was one that, the second radio I built after the Crystal set, it was a one-tube radio, and it was built on a plywood board, and I don't remember what the tube was, but it had an AC line cord, a little power transformer from Stancor, a little blue selenium rectifier, and I think it still was just headphones, no speaker. I would love to have that radio back. The last time I saw it was after my dad had passed away, and I was home in Chicago, and we were cleaning out the garage, and there it was, and I didn't grab it, and I should have. And it was just a broadcast band radio, but I built it, and if I could find the article, which was in some radio electronics magazine, I would just build it again. but I have searched through so many of those magazines, and I have never found it. And I kind of remember building it out of a magazine, but I don't know what magazine it was. And I've searched the online archive of all those magazines from that era, which would have been the early 60s, and I've never found it. But if I ever do find it, I will probably try to rebuild it. So that would be my submittal there, Ron. Back to you, K2RP, WA9JIB.
Oh, I just figured out what I wanted was the KWM2A, and the one that Wayne had sounded very interesting.
Okay, good. Let's see, is there anybody that wants to get on the list, or is there anybody that I missed when we were reading the list? Come now. Okay, the next four, N4DLA, WV6DXR, AK6R, and W6WUH. If you go in that order, and N4DLA, take it away.
Okay, thank you, K2RP and the Vintage Sideband Roundtable from Matthew N4DLA in Orinda, California, about 15 miles east of San Francisco, running a Kit HW101 Electro Voice 619 depth microphone, powered by HP23 power supply inside the Kit SP600 speaker cabinet. Things being monitored by the HM102 watt meter, space feeding a folded dipole up about 40 feet. The good news is full-size 75-meter dipole going back up tomorrow, hopefully, to the tree climber that doesn't flake for a change. And question of the evening, no, I've got this. I had a DX100 as my first transmitter, and I never really could get it to work, so I don't miss it. Ended up rescuing a DX1, Apache, and a Hallicrafter's SX100 receiver in its own cabinet from a house clean-out in Lafayette, about probably 5 miles away from here, from Ham, W860ZR. He's now silent T, but he was in his 90s and ended up moving in with family out of state. So it was going to get heat in the dumpster, and I rescued it. It still works. So that's the story there. And over to the new station. Welcome to the Vintage Sideband Roundtable up in Petaluma, not far from me. Really good signal over the hill into Orinda. WV6DXR and the Vintage Sideband Roundtable from NCLA. DXR, you're up.
Here. Sorry, we did not respond.
Okay, thanks. The last couple of people I didn't hear at all. We will have this the next guy, AK6R, K2RP. Tell your story.
Hey, Ron, thanks very much, K2RP, and the other rest of the group who's disappearing. Hi, it's Bob, AK6R in Fallbrook. And we're running about 1,200 watts tonight. And we're cheating too. We have the AC2000 on because the other rigs are down right now, and I'm reconfiguring the whole place. So anyway, we're running into a 160-meter off-center fed dipole up about 40 feet, basically 270 feet of wire. And we're getting a little bit of gain on 80, I hope. Anyway, nice question tonight. Over the last 3 months, 3 to 4 months at the swap meets, I picked up 2 of the rigs I've been looking for a long time. And one of those is a Yaesu RL, which is the receiver, RL100, and the matching FL100, and the matching FL101 amplifier that goes with it, and the tuner, and one other, I guess, a speaker that goes with it. A complete radio system. And one of the guys hadn't turned it on in 10 years and said, I'm just ready to to move it on, so I picked that one up. And then the month after that, some guy came back with a Yaesu FT1. I have a complete FT901 or 902 system here with all the extra modules for it. But the FT1 was the first one that was all solid state. And so I picked that one up, and I opened up the front cover, or the top cover, I guess, and it looks just like a Collins inside. Everything is absolutely gorgeous, modular boards, you name it. And I'm just about ready to put that on the air and start enjoying that. And that's the last two rigs I'm looking for right now. I haven't really picked up any more boat anchors, although I do have a lot of them here. I still have my RL100 at night kit and the matching T150 transmitter and the constant linear amplifier that goes with that whole section. So I think I've got enough vintage sets here to last me for at least another 5 years. So I'm not looking right now, but you never know what might come up. Anyway, over to you, Larry. I'm sure you're looking for something or trying to sell something. So up to you. W6WUH from AK6R.
Okie doke, AK6R, W6WUH. Well, a few years ago I swore I wouldn't get any more heavy radios, and then, a year or two ago I went all the way down to Jay's in Hesperia and brought back 2 Globe Kings, so, never say never, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying not to buy anything. I've got 2 SB102s I need to work on, and a SBE33 I need to work on, and they all work, but they are not what they ought to be. So, I don't know. I was thinking the other night, I was just lying in bed and saying, somebody offered me a nice old Eldeco linear amplifier, and I think it uses a pair of 4CX 250s or 300, something like that in it, and it's a big old boat anchor thing, but I think he would have given it to me, and I didn't do it. I didn't go get it, and I kind of kicked myself for not doing it. So, I don't know. I looked through a book the other day, and I saw a picture of a 30K1, and I thought, well, that's kind of nice. What are the odds that I'm gonna do any of this stuff? I think about stuff I've had that I let go. One of a kind stuff like the big link transmitter with the push pull 4-250s modulated by 4-100s, or 100 THs, 250 THs and 100 THs, that's what it was, or 75 TH driver, gee. But, I sold that to somebody and it burned to the ground, so you're just caretakers of this stuff, so I don't think so. Something might come along. I got a 75A1 over there that I've started recapping, and it just got too busy to do this summer. So this winter, I guess I'll have it, some of this stuff. But I got no plans. But you see something, if it's going to go to the landfill, you try to save it, and then you end up with it. You're married to the thing. So I don't know. Ron, I'm going to kick it back to you. I've got DIM on the list after me, but I think you wanted it to go back to you, and I don't have a prefix for his call. So rather than embarrassing myself that way, I'll give it back to you. K2RP W6WUH. I was going to make a few comments of my own. It was always the one that got away, but I managed to restrain myself by thinking about this. I can't think of anything that would really want me to start something all over again. I've got so much stuff here that even though I don't have time to be to work on it, and I really got to start cutting back as far as I can. I started today with the Halifax cyclone. That passed out, so I had a real quick switch over to the Elecraft K3. So I'm not really staying within the bounds, but things happen. Okay, let's see. Let's do the next three. 5 DIM. Just turn it over to Jay, NY6L. And Jay, if you send it over to W6YC, Jay, and then turn it back to the N5 DIM to take it. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. K2RP in the group, N5 DIM. Tony here in Sacramento, running the Drake TR7 and the Collins 3001 tonight, and actually hooked up the SP75 speech processor that I bought about 3 years ago that was sitting in the box, and I looked up last night and saw it, and running that on here tonight too. As far as the boat anchor stuff goes, I missed that era a little bit, just where I was in my ham radio career, but a guy just gave me a HQ140X yesterday, and I can see why they put handles on it. As far as rigs go, I've got into working on a lot of the tube radios, not the old school stuff, but I just got some tubes in for my SR150 that I want to get that back on the bench and get that going right now. I've got an FT101ZD on the bench, and waiting on some caps to show up for that. And but the only thing I'm looking for right now is I have a Swan 240, but it's pretty rough. I wouldn't mind finding another Swan 240, but I've got plenty, and I got plenty of projects to do. I've got more Drake gear to go get on the bench, so I'm really not looking for anything, but next year swap meets, I'm sure I'll be bringing home a bunch more stuff. It never fails. I've got a Connex on the backyard that's got its share of gear stacked up in there, but a Swan 240 would be what I'd be looking for right now. I'm going to kick it over to NI6L and 5DIM.
Jay, you're up.
Okay, NY6L, Jay here in Suspiria, and we're running the Yaesu Fox Tango 301S. Probably sounds real narrow because there's a narrow filter in this thing. 2.1 KC, so I may sound kind of pinched and, limited bandwidth, shall we say. Also, to boost up the 10 watts, I'm running the very rare Yaesu FL 110 amplifier for 111 watts output here, so hopefully upbeat copy. Okay, well, I got plenty of boat anchors here. Matter of fact, this radio here is pristine. My first HF radio when I got licensed in the early 1980s, and I acquired this several years ago from the D6RCL because many years ago I got rid of my original 301S and regretted it. So I got this one that's pristine. I spent a lot of time on it to get it where it's functional and putting up proper output power without clipping. So it won't take too terribly long. Over to George, W6YC, NY6LJ here in Suspiria.
All right, Jay, very good. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks for taking the net tonight, Ron, and welcome home. Anyway, George here down in Lemon Grove, and we don't get on here. I haven't been on too much on Tuesday night. We just had to change the schedule, so my Tuesdays have opened up, so I was really looking forward to getting down here tonight and checking in. We're using the Kenwood TS830 sugar with a new addition to it, a DFO, a 230. Just got the cable in on that the other day. And tonight I was looking at my SM220 scope, and it hasn't been really looking right. But today I started messing with it, and the intensity control's not working, and the focus isn't working. So that tells me there's probably an off value resistor in there. So I'm going to have to go through it. So I took time to take it off and put it on the bench. And kind of the opposite of the question, but there is absolutely nothing that I'm looking for, or that could even, I don't think, get my attention right now. I have had my blast, and you know, you got to draw a line in the sand somewhere. So that's the thing that I've done, is drawn a line in the sand. I'm looking for the opposite. I'm looking for the guys that I have something that somebody can't live without, and then see what to do on it. Anyway, that's my answer, Ron. Back to you, K2RP. Welcome home, W6YEC.
Yeah, thanks, George, and welcome back. We've missed you all this time. Let's see. Well, is there any more rate checking? Call roll. I guess not. Okay. The last three, WA7VIP. Today, WJ6W. And Dave, turn it over to KW1 Energy. And that should finish it up. So, VIP, take it away.
Okay, I'm having trouble hearing you, Ron. I think you turned it over to me. Let me just check.
You're good, Gary.
This is WA7VIP, Gary at Duarte, where we've had a tremendous amount of rain. Never seen so much rain in my life, and I can't believe that all the banks and everything have stayed where they are. At least the ones that I've looked at, I can't see all of them, so I can't get down anymore. But, we're running the CS130 tonight. So it's probably not good now, but I won't keep it on. And I'm kind of like George. I'm kind of now looking for people that can't live without the stuff that I have, and they're very happy to get it in their hands. So that's a good way to look at it, George. Thanks a lot for mentioning that. And thanks, Ron, for taking the net, and thanks, Bob, for the early. And I'll turn it over there to Dave. My friend Dave over there, I've been seeing for a long time either. WJ6W, WA7VIP.
Interested in over the years is one of the helicopters disaster radios. You know, think if there was a tornado, cyclone, or hurricane. But I've kind of decided
to forget that. So I'm satisfied with what I have, and just enjoy music. So let's go over to Ken, KW1NG, WJ6W.
Okay, thanks, Dave. WJ6W in the group, KW1NG. I'm on the TS830S tonight, driving the ST1000 for about 800 watts output, something like that, to the full wave loop. Hearing everybody just fine tonight, so no problems here. I think I'm in the same boat with George. I have limited space in my office/ham shack, and the shelves are full. And so the only thing I would consider would be I've got a Swan 350 Bravo, the last of the Signet line. It's a black panel, black front panel, but it's like the Signet line, even though it's not called Signet. Single quick tube, final, and built-in power supply. I'd like to sell that and get a 500CX. I had a 500CX when I was a youngster and really enjoyed that. I had all kinds of fun with that rig. So that's the only thing I think I would be interested in, but I need to get rid of some other stuff to do that. So not going to happen right away unless somebody's got a real sweet deal. Or somebody wants the 350 Bravo. It's in real nice shape. So anyway, that's about it for me. Turn it back to you, Ron. K2RP and the group. Thanks for running the show tonight. I know you're tuckered out. KW1NG73.
Okay, thanks. My voice was already shot. But I wanted to thank everybody for showing up on this rainy night with all these materials going on. It's good to hear everybody. Thinking about the Gold Cup, I think going to ask Bob AK6R to move over and squeeze another one in, because he's still really doing what we all think we wish we could be doing, is picking up things that is folks. I mean, he goes to the flop very regularly, and he's always coming home with interesting things, and that's, I think, what keeps us going. So most of us, me included, say, I can't do a deal with anything else. Bob keeps running. So, Bob, you got any comments on that?
Yeah, K2RP from AK6R. Well, thank you very much, Ron. And I'll make some room here for another Golden Cup Award. And that makes a couple that I've got here on the shelf. And appreciate your comments. But, yeah, you know, I still like going to swap meets. I still like bringing home gear. I still like playing with new things, as well as developing antennas and products for all my friends that are in the ham community. One of the things I've concentrating on doing in the last many years is basically giving back to ham radio a lot of the things that I enjoyed myself, and some of that is just creating new products, showing ways for hams to use their stations a little bit easier, and also for enjoying ham radio more than they're doing now. So I appreciate the award tonight, and I'll keep plugging along as I can. And with friends like you, I'm sure it'll be a while. Back to you, Ron. K2RP, AK6R.
Well, speaking for myself, I'm jealous. This is the kind of stuff that I always love to do, and it's just my age and health just doesn't allow for it anymore. So I'm glad that you're still around doing it, and a lot of us are jealous. Anyway, thanks for coming. Let's see everybody next Tuesday. Stay healthy and try to get a hold of Skip and give him a little encouragement. 7-3s, everybody. K2RP.
2-3s, Ron. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, Ron, thanks for stepping in and pinch hitting tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Ron. Inline yourself.
Thank you, all of you. Welcome home.
Jay,
I think if you tweak the alignment on that transmitter just a little bit, you can make it sound better. I've heard plenty of 301s that sounded just fine.
Yeah, I'm going to look into it. It sounds rather
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that by ear, you know, with listening with a receiver to really get it right.
Yeah, I got my extender board back, and I'll have to pull the board out and give a little bit of tweak and take a listen to on a local receiver. Good idea, Larry.
Yeah, you're not far away.
Roger, Roger. Very good, Larry. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I used to keep a regular sked every day with a friend who had a 301, and it was always fine to listen to.
Yeah, I'll have to check the carrier off later and check the alignment on this thing.
Okay, take care. W6WUH.
Roger that. Take care. NY6L is clear.
W6WUH.
W6WUH, W6THW.
W6THW. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. A little off frequency here, but that's where you guys were. I just wondering, I'm running the HW12, but I just got a SB200 amp. Is it putting out any type of signal over?
Yeah, I got my RF gain down a little bit, and you're 20 over here.
Okay, well, I guess it's working. Thanks, Larry. I just wondering. I got on late tonight, so have a good day.
All right, yeah, you can't beat an SB200.
Oh yeah, this is nice, but the fan is making a little noise, so I got to get into it.
Little 3-in-1 oil, huh?
I'm gonna try that first.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, well, thank you again.
I got a little muffin fan that's a 220-volt muffin fan that I run on 110, and I just got some of those little rubber stick-on rubber feet on the bottom of it, and I just sit it on top of my SB200, and it just runs cool as a cucumber that way.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm using. I'm using one out of a computer. It's very silent, 12 volt, and I'm using it on top of the HW12A, and I got more of them, so I could put one on the SB200, but I don't know. I was going to try to keep it original.
Yeah, I don't drill any holes in anything. I move this fan around at different things. When I run the Globe King, I move it over and put it on top of the Globe King, and when I use the SB200, I move it back over there. It's funny, but it works.
Oh, that's what I got. Okay, thanks a lot for the information.
Take care. W6WUH.
Larry, NY6L, if you're still there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, we just switched rigs. We went, warmed up the TS830 here and got off the 301.
Well, you can't beat the way those things sound, huh?
Yeah, so, I spent hours on the 301 at get every band to put up proper power and receive, reception and all that. Boy, I tell you, the little trimmer capacitors, boy, they're really touchy, but got that done. So it's going to be more of a project radio, get it, make it sound better, Larry, over.
That's worth the effort.
Oh yeah, especially when it was my first HF radio back in the 80s.
I've got the antenna tuner that matches that thing, and what a wonderful tuner that thing is. You look inside it, and it's just gorgeous. It's rated for for 500 watts, but I think it's probably capable of a lot more.
Well, I'll have to keep my eyes open on that, and I did acquire YO301 matching station scope for it too.
Well, that's nice. I've got a YO101 here, and then previously I had a YO100, and they're great scopes. I don't imagine the 301's probably much different.
Well, it works pretty good. Had to replace a couple of filter caps in the power supply. Other than that, it works pretty darn good. I would have to say it works better than the Heathkit monitor scope, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's a better scope for sure. I've never done anything to mine at all. It just plays.
Yeah, and it came also with a manual on it too. So, and yeah, I'll just keep my eyes open, see if I could, keep finding the matching accessories for it.
I'll keep my ears to the ground. I lucked into this tuner somehow. I can't quite remember how. I guess maybe it was a flea market. And it was a little cobby on the outside, not bad, but it was pristine inside. And I was amazed at the quality of the thing.
Well, one thing is a rarity, this replacement 301S I have. I bought this off of DJ K6RCL several years ago. When I saw it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I got to have it, because I got rid of my original 301 and I regretted it. And this one here is pristine. No oxidation on the inside. Outside looks like a tin. A very, very clean transceiver. And inside looks like it's brand new, and it's really wonderful. But yeah, I'm just going to have to pull out the service manual on it and put it back on the bench later, and do some more adjustments and take a listen to the on a local receiver how it sounds, and till we get this audio to be straightened out.
Yeah, what microphone are you using on it?
Well, I don't have the original Yaesu. I took a high impedance ICOM dynamic microphone and rewired the 4-prong plug on it for the Yaesu and labeled it as such.
Well, I wonder if that thing wants a high impedance mic.
Oh, yeah, you got a point there. Ah, okay. Well, if there's impedance mismatch, it's not going to sound right.
Well, read the manual. You've got the manual.
Yeah, you know what? I got it right here to the left of me. I'm going to crack it open and take a look. Good idea, Larry. Thank you.
Yeah, I got an idea that's a low Z input.
Well, if it is, I got plenty of low impedance hand mics, and I might just wire up one and give it a college try. What the heck?
Yeah, I would.
Good idea. Yeah, very good. Okay, Larry. Well, I appreciate the ideas there. That's making me think, and I'm going to crack this thing open and take a look in the manual.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never owned one, but I'm thinking that since it's an all solid state rig, and it's likely nominal 600 ohms.
Yeah, I'll take a look and see what's going on. Yeah, okay. Well, it's just like this Kenwood TS830S. I'm using a MC50 microphone, but it requires high impedance for this particular radio, and I'm running it as such, and that's per the manual.
Yeah, I plead absolute ignorance on the things. I haven't owned either one of them.
Yeah, I love this radio, and I picked this up several years ago as well at the vintage single sideband gathering, and it had an issue with the heater on-off switch where it was intermittent, and well, it just gave up the ghost, and I took the bottom cover off and looked at the switch and said, oh, there's another pair of contacts that have never been used, so I just moved the wires over to the other set of contacts. And now that when I run this radio, I just leave the heater switch on so I don't wear out that switch.
Well, isn't that handy?
Oh gosh, yes, very much so. Trying to find a replacement switch for this rig. If you find a parts rig, great. If you don't have one or can locate one, well, I had to do what I had to do.
I wonder if those contacts were supposed to be in parallel.
Well, good question. It looked like it was, factory wired on one pair of contacts. But, yeah, so it would have been, at a buck wire through both of them. Yeah, that would have doubled the capacity on it.
Well, they may just use the same switch in a number of different radios, and some other application might have used the switch differently.
Yeah, if I do find a junker Kenwood radio with that switch, I'd have to, well, it wouldn't be a big deal, but, just to remove the face of it and unscrew the bad switch and put another one in its place and then double up on the contacts.
Interesting. NY6LW6WUH. Well, I realize I misspoke. I've been getting the wild idea that I want to get a sideband adapter. I was looking at eBay the other day, and somebody had a really nice SB10, just pristine looking one, $75 including the shipping, and I was real tempted. I don't know. I had a Johnson Viking sideband adapter here a few years ago, and I stupidly sold it without doing anything with it, and now I realize that I'd like to have one.
Yeah, well, they're out there every so often, but yeah, I never played around with a sideband adapter, but they're the kind of interesting pieces of equipment that you could add to, like AM transmitters that have the provisions for that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I got the Glove King here, and it's got a jack in the back, and you flip a switch, and it biases it for Class B, and it's got a little tickler coil that runs around the driver, so you can pipe in 10 watts or so of sideband, and use the thing as an amplifier.
That is correct. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Oh, very good. All right, Larry. Well, I'll let you go. I'm going to go and put my nose to that FT301S service manual and check out, see what impedance microphone that they say to use. So they'll answer that question right away.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Let me know what you find out. Either that, or sometimes just shifting the carrier frequency just a hair, so it's more centered in the passband of the crystal filter, and away you go.
Yeah, because I looked. This radio is loaded with all the crystal filters. Got a nice AM filter for AM, 6 kilohertz. Sideband has got a 2.1 kilohertz filter in it. It's got a 600 hertz CW filter, and then it's also got a filter also for the speech processor. I thought that was very interesting too.
I don't think I've heard of a 301 that had an AM filter in it. I got a feeling that's a very rare bird. Well, has provisions on that circuit board, so all 3 spots are loaded with filters, Larry, over. Yeah, I doubt that many guys have spent the money for that option. That's nifty. Yeah, and it sounds great on AM. Matter of fact, I had it on AM last night briefly, and got good reports on it. But yeah, I'm gonna peer into the manual and see what they say about microphone impedances. Now my curiosity is up. Well, you know, if it sounded good on AM with that microphone. Well, it kind of did. I mean, yeah, just on sideband it just sounded kind of, kind of pinchy sounding, narrow. Yeah, it really was, and that immediately made me think it was just a minor alignment issue. Well, it might need a little touch-up, that's true. Yeah, I'll look into that too. But, all right, Larry, got good signal coming down here into Hesperia, and I'm only running, just barefoot out of this TS-830, so a good 120 or so watts out of the pair of 6146s in this rig. Okay, yeah, I turned off my amplifier, so I'm peaking about 85 or 90 watts, but averaging around 50. How's 10 to 15 over S9 sound to you, Larry? It sounds very good. Oh yeah, we got good signal down here, as I said, and I might be doing the same too. So, well, if I need to put the fire in the wire, let me know. I'll switch radios and warm up the amplifier. No, it's doing just fine. No need for it at all. You got that little FL110. That is a nifty little amplifier. I had one here, and Andy TKX needed it badly for some little QRP military rig that he had. So, and it just sat on my shelf here, and I didn't use it, so I let him have it. But that's a nifty thing. You're lucky to get your hands on one. Well, I bought that probably about good 20, 30 years ago, probably about at least 20 years ago or so at least, from John's Electronics when they were in Culver City. I paid a whopping $90 for that. It was on the shelf, and I said, how much for that? $90. So I bought it, and then I used it as a bookend for years. And I just recently resurrected it and used it, made a power cable for it and all that, and downloaded the manual for it, and it works just fine. Well, I've seen people asking, $400 to $700 for them, so it's a plum. Well, don't flinch, but there was one on eBay that's new in the box for over $800. Well, it's nice. It's got everything you want. In a little amplifier like that, you can hard key it, you can RF switch it. And it's got the Chevy Chev filters and all that good stuff. It's just a nice, self-contained, high-quality thing. I can't think of anybody who ever made a little amplifier like that that's nicer. And don't forget, it was FCC approved back in the 70s. Yeah, maybe Tokyo High Power might have made one, but that would be the only other thing I could think of up close. Well, it's a honey of a little amplifier, and it does work quite well. Between 5 watts minimal and 15 watts maximum, and it's a good match for the any radio that's 10 watt rig. Yeah, it's just nice. I just can't say anything. I can't speak too highly of the quality of the Yaesu stuff from that era. Anything with the cadmium plated chassis and all that stuff. They just really made some wonderful gear.
Well, yeah, as I mentioned, the 301S, top the cover, look inside, it is pristine. It's squeaky clean, no oxidation. The circuit boards look nice, like they're brand new. Whoever had it must have kept it indoors, away from moisture or any type of things like that. And it's just beautiful looking. Just that it needs a little more tender, loving care and get the transmit to sound better.
Well, you'll get there. It won't take much.
Oh yeah, we'll get that going. And of course, speaking of Yaesu equipment in the same era, I have both the Yaesu FT7 and the FT7 Bravo, which is a 50-watt model that's got AM, and I also have the very rare Yaesu Yankee Charlie 7B digital frequency counter with it. I bought that at a couple of months ago at the TRW swap meet. I talked the guy down for $80 as is.
That's amazing. This place worth that. Yeah, the FT7's an interesting little radio. They certainly learned their lesson. The way those plug-in boards work was kind of like a little curly-Q wire, spring wire that was supposed to make contact with those boards, and that's the Achilles heel of that radio.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I had an issue with the FT7 where the audio board would go out, and I have to make sure that the edge connection is good and that it's clean, or else it's going to be an intermittent issue.
Yeah, you have to spend a good deal of time on those and clean every single contact and every one of those little wires and all of them. The boards are easy enough to clean, but it's those little wire finger contacts that give that radio problem, and especially you try to run it mobile. It's not a happy thing to do.
Yeah, I hit a bump and it something happens to the radio. I could see the point there, Larry, and those little curly Q spring-loaded wire connections. They probably look like they were gold plated or something, or some kind of a yellow plating to them.
Yeah, they like a little deoxys and little mechanical cleaning and to make sure everything's nice and snug. But they didn't do that. That was the last time they ever did that. They went to real finger stock connectors, and thank God.
Well, when I was working on the 301, they got those nice standard finger stock, gold-plated. They look like cinch connectors. Ones with got that kind of greenish, like a Bakelite, casing around those finger stocks.
Yeah, real PC board connectors. Well, they made some great stuff. I had a radio that I really liked. It was a 6-meter radio. What the heck is it called? It's the 6-meter mate to the 221. Is it 601, 621? I forget what it is. But really nice analog multi-mode radio, and it's just the Collins system for the whole pre-selector. The plungers would go up and down, so you're tuning every stage. So it's always working at its finest wherever you tune it up. It's not just broadbanded.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, that is
really neat. That's one thing since I retired, I just went head over heels working on boat anchors and having fun with it when I have time. And I went ahead and worked on a lot of rigs past week. And of course, you probably know I work for Bob AK6R on a part-time basis, making balance, common mode filters, and all that other fun stuff. So that keeps me busy too. And I also make just a little bit of money on the side where I could have a boat anchor fund.
Yeah, if you got a way to pay for the hobby, that's good. I need to get a good 4-to-1 bow, and that's the one thing that 500 watt AC scooter doesn't have. It doesn't have a balanced output, and I use balanced wire line or 450 ohm ladder line here for everything. So I need to add a balance to that thing.
Oh, okay. Well, let Bob know. He has everything and anything that you possibly need and different power levels, and probably most likely I probably made some of those.
Yeah, I got to get one that you made.
Yeah, I should probably put a quality stamp on the outside somewhere.
Yeah, you should sign everyone with a magic mark.
Yep, I'll just put my initials on there, and then I know it came from me.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to run in. The wife's going to get home pretty soon, and we were in the middle of a movie, so I go and get that ready for when she comes home. We'll watch the end of it, and time to hit the rack.
Okay, Larry, very good. It's always a pleasure speaking with you. And stay well, keep dry, and we're doing the same here, and it's looking at my new weather station. My old one pootered out, so it's 40 degrees over here in the high desert, and it's gonna probably drop down to 38 tonight.
We're supposed to maybe get about 39 tonight also. It's cold and clear here. I think the high today was maybe 58 degrees or something. I wanted to ask you, that Globe King 400 I got from you looks like it's been recapped, and it had a 3870 crystal in it. Is that the one that you overhauled?
Yeah, that's the one. And I forgot what it might need, but just go over it and check it out. And let me see here. Yeah, I still got the. Oh, you know what? I gotta send you. I got some more. I found some more plug-in coils for that. I gotta send that to you.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I think I got a box. I think of a couple of coils and some other little knickknacks. What are those argon rectifiers? 3B28s. I think I got a pair of those also that I don't need.
Well, I'll be glad to pay the shipping. I'm always glad to get my hands on 3B28s.
Well, I know where they are. I know where they are in the garage. What I'm going to have to do then is get those out and have everything well bubble wrapped in a decent box, and wrap those coils, those plug-in coils, and whatever else I think I might have come across. But I think I got those off the top of my head, and get those to you.
Well, thanks. That's really nice. Let me know if I can send you something.
Oh, don't worry about it. You've always been nice to me and kind and give me deals. So let me, I'll get those ready, and I'll let you know when they are going to be getting ready to be shipped, and get you a tracking number.
All right, that's swell. I'll be glad to do that anytime that you're able to. That'd be nifty. It'd like that Christmas early.
Well, absolutely. I was kind of like going through some things, and I found this small box. I said, "Oh, Larry needs this." So I left it in the garage where I could easily get to it on a storage bridge, on those chrome-plated steel shelving, so I could get to that fairly easy. And all as I said, I got to do is I got to get the tubes and the coils, wrapped decently so they wouldn't get damaged in shipping, and get those to you.
Well, thanks, Jay. That's really nice. I've been thinking that I'm about ready to let this Mars Thunderbird go if you think you want it.
Okay. Which one was that again, Larry? Sorry.
The Mars Thunderbird, the little tiny 6AQ5 AM transmitter.
Ooh. Well, let me know and how much. I have a Morrow equivalent that's on 80 meters. I got that particular Morrow 5-watt carrier transmitter from John K. I think it's called, saying it's KU6X. He gave that to me, and I went ahead and recapped it and checked the tubes, and even the 12-volt vibrator works. And I've actually did a quick little video on dummy load with a local receiver and that carbon microphone, and it works just fine.
That's a rare transmitter. That's one of the only Morrows that I've never had.
Well, it kind of, as I said, it kind of dropped in my lap kind of thing, and I went ahead and restored it, and then I showed the video to John there, and he was quite pleased that I got it working.
Yeah, that's nifty. Maybe we'll trade.
Oh, you never know. You never know, Larry.
All right. Well, I'll send you some pictures of this thing. It's really neat. I got a picture of it. A whole AM station I can hold in my hand.
Isn't that something? That was high tech back in the day.
Well, that design goes way back. It goes back right to I don't know, late 40s, early 50s. There were several designs. It really it originated with 6V6s, and of course the 6AQ5 is really a 6V6 in a little miniature envelope. So it started that way as a 6V6 Heising modulated by a 6V6 with some other kind of an oscillator.